The top 5 most disappointing games of 2015. Number 5. Batman Arkham Knight. One word, Batmobile. Something which was supposed to be the best part of the game. But what we get is something which handles like a bin lorry. Not only that, you have to use it for about a third of the game. It's actually longer than that, although I do have to admit, watching it burn wasn't exactly a tragedy. Loved watching it burn. I recorded it so I can watch it again and again and again. Now, what is a tragedy is this beautiful scene. I mean, this thing's agony to drive throughout the first, well, since you get it, and then even after upgrading it's still horrible to drive. And then they get this thing and it gets destroyed. It's like, oh yeah, take that, yes, do it slower. And then they bring it back. Like immediately, like in the very next scene, it gets brought back. It's like, you can just tell it was like, oh well, we can't do that because it's Batman's film. Oh, ridiculous. And that naturally leads me to repetition. This game has some ridiculous amounts of repetition. I mean, yes, there was always a level of repetition when it came to previous games, but the others were nowhere near as obvious as this. You can really tell that this was their last Batman release. It's like, there's not enough clever variation. It's going, oh yeah, get in the car, chase this, yeah, and jump up. Oh, there's this other part, yeah, well, get in the car, chase this, and, yeah. Oh, a different mission. Oh yeah, well, get in the car. Yeah. Oh, and then to follow it. Yeah, well, that's, is there any more like this? No, because, you got the Riddler quest. I mean, they're always different, so what we need to do is get in the car, and, yeah, quite repetitive. You get to the PC release, and I have to admit, I do like getting my money back for a game. I mean, I'm famous for it. My pals online, they cannot stand it. It's like, I play it for like 2 weeks, and it's like, yeah, I've done that, right, I'm taking it back. It's like, no! But normally, I like to have played it first. But what can we expect when they hand the compatibility work off to 12 guys in a basement whose experience with games begins and ends with Candy Crush? Okay, so I may have exaggerated a bit. I'm sure they played a bit of Bejeweled. But, even when it comes to that, and even if it comes to either lack of experience or lack of manpower and all that sort of stuff, it's a team of 12. I mean, nothing was going to get done with that, particularly in the time frame. But then again, I'm also surprised at such a good job 12 guys were able to do in this small amount of time they had. I mean, for example, if it was me and 12 of my pals, of course I'm the director, I won't actually be doing any work, I'll just go in, you work, and I will make all the money. But if it was 12 of my pals, you would have got a text-based slideshow. If you were lucky, in black and white, and lasted about 15 minutes, ended up being about Catwoman and Harley Quinn. Well, with that, you would only really need 15 minutes. Well, with that, all I'd need is 15 minutes. Moving on. Metal Gear Solid 5. This is the single game I had looked forward to since I first finished playing Metal Gear Solid 4. But from a game which got me into the franchise, a game which was so immersive, had such a detailed story, and the gameplay, I've never played a game so immersive and varied in my life. There's even weird, freakish jokes. I love weird. I mean, yeah, they're in there in Metal Gear Solid 5, but they're so few and far between, and it's nowhere near as dense as it should be. Which is, in comparison to Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 5 is such a stark contrast from it. Which is exceedingly long, drawn out and repetitive. What immersion there is lost with the repetition. And the worst thing about the repetition is it isn't only limited to the 2.5 minutes you spend flying in and flying out on a helicopter. Which after about, it's good for the first 20 odd times, but after that, you really wish you could buy like a little upgrade which can, make it magically go away. Even with the beginning, the beginning and the end of a mission feels exactly the same, but even the missions feel exactly the same. And I can give you an example. Every mission works like this. If you're going to play Metal Gear properly, it works like this. I'll set the scene. It's dusk. You come into a chopper, blaring, "You spin me right round, baby." As you come in and it's coming over the loudspeakers, you jump out of the helicopter to the ground, bam, like a badass, and you think, perfect stealth entrance. Then you break in, you go over the cliff, and that's it. This is the place. This is where the intel has led you. You infiltrate in. You trank everyone. You select the specimens which come up and going, "Oh yeah, this guy's got good teeth." You extract them out, so, to be your slaves, brainwashed, of course, so you can abuse them at Mother Base. which is really bad when you appreciate that the boss is a white Caucasian American going into Afghanistan and Africa, kidnapping anyone who takes his fancy, claiming it's for their own good. But I'm slightly digressing. You then completely objective, have a smoke with D-Dog, while waiting for the helicopter to come in. You spin me right round. Now, when I first played Metal Gear Solid 4, when it came out, I 100%ed that game, the multiplayer and everything, even before I knew about trophies, right? Because trophies, at that point, after I 100%ed it, trophies for this game didn't exist. I really wanted the Patriot gun, which was the reward, which is actually Big Boss's gun, which doesn't make an appearance in this game. That's another thing, but... And even to this day, I still play Metal Gear Solid 4. I keep going back. I even play it from the beginning, like a novice. Well, not from a novice level. I know exactly where all the good shit is. But, chafe grenades. I loved running a Big Boss run to someone who's never played the game. It's like, how did you do that with no ammo? It's like, oh yeah. And the thing is, I never get bored of it. I never get bored of showing it to my cousins, my friends, playing it with them, playing it with my friends. And then Metal Gear Solid 5, on the other hand, well, I sold that within 3 weeks of playing it. It's now secondhand. So repetitive. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now I've got all but 2 of the platinums of the Call of Duties. So we can say I'm a bit of a fan. Maybe. So, because, I've got about 10 plans, I'm going to give them 10 out of 10 points and deduct 1 for everything I'm unhappy about. Because I'm a fan, as a fanatic, I have that fanatical privilege. No Frank Woods, no Reznov. That's right, you just lost 2 points. The story in the game was bad. It was really bad, and I hate saying that, as I enjoyed the first a lot. The second, it was okay. I don't know why they keep trying to force this future technology crap down our throats again and again. I've even got a quote from Frank Woods. 5 seconds, here we go. Get this quote from Frank Woods here. Yes, here we go. Frank Woods says, "Fuck technology." Well, thanks for that, Frank. That's just raised it to a PG-13 rating. You can get away with 1 F word. Any more than that, it has to go up to 15. I learned that from the movies. And that's right, because you upset Frank Woods. I have to deduct another 2 points. No one upsets Frank. Now the zombies. Watch this. Friends getting their guns out. Snake's like, "Don't you dare say a bad thing about my zombies." Calm down, Snake. Calm down. No, I like zombies. I can waste hours and hours of rave training them ghouls with my pals. But who the hell has been training these things? They hit like Bruce Lee crossed with a mule. They can hit you 3 times before you even react. It's like, da-da-da! I'm dead. Oh, I got revived. Da-da-da! Oh, I'm dead again. Oh, and game over. Oh, that was a good game. How long did that last? It lasted a minute. Anyway, and because they can hit me 3 times in 3 seconds, you get these 3 points. Enjoy them. You earn them. Multiplayer is way too fast. Even in core, it truly does reward the spray and pray action. I mean, I think it's bad on core, which is my go-to mode, but my friends, which go-to mode is hardcore. When we're in a chat party and they're in hardcore and I'm in core, right? I'm not joking. They should be diagnosed with Tourette's. And because it's 2 modes, 2 points. Now, I'm extremely happy with the Nightmare campaign mode, right? A very good concept. I like the idea of, going through the entire game, but it being zombified. It's like, yeah. But it's no excuse for laziness. They reuse all the cutscenes. So while you're listening to a completely different story, right? You got the cutscenes slapped on without a thought. It's disorientating. Because while you're trying to listen to this thing, hoping that somewhere in the background, right, they're going to cleverly tie in Richtof and Maxis and Samantha and all that, you're like, come on, fanboying a bit. Maybe. I mean, we're not fanatics or anything. But while you're waiting for all of this, stuff to drop down, you've got these cutscenes happening. Which, by the way, if you play the game like I play the game, or you play the game like my friends, or anyone who's normal, you do it like a film, where you play it all, and then the next day you play through the next bit, and so forth. And, for example, we went through the first, the campaign, we went through like in 2 days, and then we went through Nightmare, started going on it, and then you've got these cutscenes, and you know exactly what these people are talking about. I mean, you just watched it, and it's not like they could have. Right at the start, right, you don't have an intro cutscene like you do for the game. What you have is like this white tree, and it's like, oh no, it's supposed to represent the inside of a brain. Very good, cheap, but works. And then what they do is, where they should have kept running with that, the white tree thing, something which, it distracts you, it's keeping your attention a bit, but, just murmur it along. They don't. They put in this thing, and you've got these people, talking to one another about this, people's tongues being cut open, giving them what was it? It was a Colombian necktie, right? They're talking about this, right? Because you've just seen it. I mean, this is not only fresh in your mind, this is exceedingly fresh, and they're talking about that. And what they should have done is put the white tree on, or put, just start it off as like the base of a trunk, and then slowly put one branch and another, and then right at the end they go, yeah, Maxis did it to you, he mind fucked you, something along that line. It's lost its last point. This truly deserves and earns its place on the list. Star Wars Battlefront, nowhere near enough content. Where to begin? Well, we can't be too picky, as there's not much to choose from. Now I'm a Star Wars Battlefront veteran, which means I've played them all. I have played them all thoroughly, so I can say that the only improvement this game gives is graphics and mechanics, and it's completely lacking in content. There's zero story, which probably many of you have noticed. In regards to Star Wars Battlefront 2, this game is completely outclassed, and feels rushed. I can feel it. When you can feel it in the fibre of your being that, this game came out when it did solely to capitalise on the hype surrounding, the film. And of course it had to be, as there wasn't any confidence in Star Wars Battlefront standing on its own. Plus, with all the hype, DICE had to make some allowances for the massive loss they took with Hardline. Get double the intake for half the work. I mean, problem solved, right? So now they've got the money. Now they've got our money, and we're certainly not going to be getting that back. Now, what there is solid. Not going to deny that. It's just so little. That's what's infuriating, to see such a foolish waste of opportunity. An opportunity for them to give, value for the money. But instead, we're left wanting more for the wrong reason. We're not wanting more because the content's good. We're wanting more because there simply isn't enough. And now I find myself, instead of playing, DICE's Star Wars Battlefield mod, which essentially that's what I'm calling it now, because, this is Destiny all over again, you pay full price and you get a third or less. They couldn't wait, could they? Buy a season pass. Buy the season pass now. But the game is now. Buy it now. You need it now. Don't concern yourself with the frivolous minutiae. So I ask, well, what's in the season pass? They giggle a bit and go, use the Force. Then they wave their hand, followed by, those aren't the details you're looking for. I'm telling you, I felt a disturbance before the pass was even announced. I'm sorry, but the must-have season pass, forget that. I want to play my copy of Pandemic Star Wars Battlefront 2, far more fulfilling experience. And this has barely missed the #1 spot. I'm talking barely. If it wasn't for the knowledge of DICE's involvement, and well, for the knowledge, like it was an inside, secret, Jamie. If not for, mentally preparing myself that, DICE was, developing it, and what they did with Hardline. I mean, that was, at that point, it was a foregone conclusion that we were going to get our pants pulled down. I'm not going to say what they have planned for you, whoever bought the season pass, without looking what was in the content, or even bothered asking. But Halo 5. Okay, so it's a main title Halo game, a franchise built off the back of the man, the Master Chief. But you only get to play as the man for 3 chapters. What a twist! But the way they built it up. Standing alone, destruction is your surroundings, and your goal unknown, being pursued by enemies and allies of old, and all this culminating in a massive Spartan v Spartan matchup. A no-hold-back fight, blood will be spilled, and of these 2 titans, only one will make it out. Only one thing can allow them to succeed or fail. You will be the decider. Will you pick Locke? Not a chance. Or will you pick Master Chief? Of course, being impartial, I was undecided, so after I had visions of the amount of ways that Locke, a Spartan could be killed by another Spartan, perhaps in green. What did we get? We got a cutscene where they exchange happy slaps, all of which you watch, all of which we watch. You don't even get to interact. You know why? Because we can't be trusted to make the big decisions, because we lack the critical thought necessary to understand that what they were being was deceptive. They lied. They deliberately mislabeled a product. They spoon-fed us. They said, oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, and you want some more? Yeah. They spoon-fed it to us, this great concept, which would have been the original concept. Then to make up for the fact, because everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna get into this, yeah. And then to make up for it, they keep leading us, with the, oh, be skinny, oh, be skinny, oh, be skinny. Yeah, the box. So this would have been the original concept. Then to make up for the fact that they lost their bottle and changed their mind, just in case. Oh, well, what if someone picks Locke and kills the Master Chief? It's like, well, that's going to hump up the next game. I mean, this is a main title. This isn't a side thing which we can go, discredit later. So they lose the bottle, and they didn't have the guts to tell us that what we were actually getting was some substandard filler, which could have been released in a pamphlet form. I mean, I thought Destiny's reuse of bosses were bad. This is worse. You fight the exact same boss close to 10 times. I mean, I didn't actually count, but it's ridiculous. It's like, oh yeah, I beat this second one. It's kind of like, wait, third, wait, no, 8th, wait. I mean, this is a pathetic installment to the franchise, and furthermore, an insulting installment to the franchise. But as with so many of the so-called, AAA caliber games released this year, which turned out to be complete disappointment, this is a spot which was truly earned. I'm the Shrouded Wolf. It has been a pleasure. If you have any opinions, I would certainly enjoy hearing them. And subscribe. More will be on their way soon, if I can figure out exactly why my videos keep corrupting. Cheery bye.